I have returned from the land of Canada. That's right. I left like 9 a.m. this morning, got back around like 4ish, I think. And I am here to talk about both Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush and the YCS. Why? Because even though I didn't make day 2, bitch, I got 132nd. I went X3. A few X3s did make it in. I wound up on the bubble, but I did better than the 2 guys I went with, as well as most of the people from my area, so you better believe I'm rubbing that shit in their faces. Then I won a Win-A-Mat day 2, which was pretty fucking awesome. Never really won a side event, because you just get knocked out in the first round by random bullshit. And yeah, that makes me feel pretty good. And since this is my channel, if I want to take a few minutes to talk about that, I fucking will, damn it! This wasn't a good episode. There's not a lot to talk about. Let's hold on to the positivity while we can. But yeah, no, I played P.U.N.K, so I wasn't playing quite tier 1, but tier 1-ish. I think this deck is fucking awesome and incredible. So yeah, a lot of people were talking about this deck at the start of POT format, but then it kind of dropped off. Now, I don't want to do a formal deck profile because we are in ban list season. I'm honestly fucking shocked they've waited this long, considering, you know, what a lot of what's annoying the shit out of people. So I thought for certain they would have hit stuff already, but yeah, it's September and we just got a massive OCG ban list that has TCG players drooling. I'm correct. Someone said we've had 2 OCG ban lists in the time it's taken since we got our last one here in the TCG. I don't know how true that is because I'm too lazy to look, but yeah, it wouldn't shock me. I'm not necessarily the person who wants a ban list all the time because I'm not lazy and feel like I need to make 8 ban list videos for that sweet, sweet content. Yeah, I know what my fellow YouTubers do. But yeah, I thought we would have gotten one too, and I feel like, knowing my luck, if I make a deck profile, a couple things in this list, namely Halki Fibrex and E-Telly, are going to get hit, so there's no point. But I will say, if you are interested in P.U.N.K, just fucking go for it. This deck is a ton of fun, can do a lot of crazy shit, caught a lot of people off guard just because they haven't really played against P.U.N.K, which granted probably had an impact on my wins, but it's a super fun deck, has a super high power ceiling. If you don't want to give in and spend like $100 on the tier limits field spell, and I know they're now 50s, but like Sprite is still expensive. If you don't want to kind of deal with a lot of the bullshit of current Yu-Gi-Oh, just play this deck, man. It's so much fun. I kept the list at 40. I tried a lot of the over 40 builds. Wasn't quite working out the way I wanted. So I dropped it to 40 and fuck, it worked. My matchups were, I actually beat Tier, Dino, Splite, and Floanderies consecutively. I've actually never done that at a YCS. I've never won 4 rounds straight like that before. It really had me happy and excited. And because I was in a room with 2 dudes, it was the only thing that could have made me got a little moist over the weekend. Then I lost round 5, also to Tier, because Topologic Bomber Dragon combined with Fairy Tale Snow, Gizmek, and the 1 tier limit that summons from the hand on the opponent's turn is a bitch. But no, guy was super great, super good match. Won round 6. No, wait, I lost round 6 because it's always going to be 2 in a row with me. To Exo Sister. That is this deck's only real bad matchup. It has good matchups against anything else. Definitely has things it can lose to in everything. But Exo Sister is the one thing this deck can't beat. That deck really just shits all over it, and he shit it all over me. Now available on Pornhub. Then I beat Mathmech round 7. That deck can be fucking scary. Round 8, I played Splite, and alas, my luck was finally truly up. Because my opponent sides in D-Shifter going second, as well as had the Cold by the Grave to take out my Ghost Ogre from blowing up his gigantic Splite. Sadness. But I mean, hey. 5-3, 132nd place when it was top 128, and knowing that a couple X3s did make it, so I was technically on the bubble. Not gonna lie, can't really complain all that much. Had a really fun Saturday. Sunday, though, got pretty crazy. There's a lot going around about the mishandling of side events. I'm not here to complain about that because this YCS already got dealt with a lot of bitching and moaning. But I will say, like I said, I did enter the one side event. I got the Winamat where one opponent didn't show up. Then I beat a crazy-ass Dark Magician deck that was designed specifically for dealing with Tier and Splight. It was so cool. I literally watched it tear apart Tier elements while I was waiting for the second round against him. It was crazy. But I beat that because Psychic and Punisher is great. And then I went up against Mystic Mine. And you know what? Like I said, fucking suck it up, Buttercup, and just learn how to play the matchup. I knew the matchup, and I won the game, and the guy was super cool and super nice. And so I got the Winamat as well as the, because then I got 8 tickets, which I used for the Ice Barrier mat because this thing is so fucking beautiful. So yeah, that was my YCS experience. I will continue to have the deck I played posted below. If a ban list comes and this deck is still left 100% untouched, I think I might just do a deck profile just to put the idea out there that there's stuff you can play and see success that isn't going to break the bank or your wallet. There is a Baron DeFleur here. There's that. And it's, not gonna lie, it's pretty important. But yeah, no, so anyways, now sounds like a good idea to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush on this Yu-Gi-Oh! Recap show I do. I fucking hated this. This was really bad. This was like fucking horrendous. This is probably the worst episode they've done. Now, yes, I didn't really care for last week's, but at least in last week, we had a character who hasn't really gotten the spotlight getting to duel. We had them face an opponent that, well, a rehash of a thing they did in the last Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still kind of weird and different from what a lot of anime will do. There was stuff that happened. Nothing fucking happened. They literally wasted my time. The worst feeling you can have when watching a show is that your time is being wasted. Because let's all be upfront. None of this shit matters. None of this is actually important. Anime is not actually important. Movies are not actually important. None of it matters because none of it is real. So therefore, the illusion is to make you care. And how it makes you care is what defines a piece of fiction. When you are going to make it that nothing happens until the last minute, which you don't even capitalize on, that is a fucking problem. And that is what happened here. The whole episode is based around trying to figure out how do we make Yugioh a person again and not a shirt. And we have to go through every cliche, dumb kid show crap. The only joke that was funny was I thought it was kind of funny when the little dog alien was gonna like pee on Yugioh and they're all like, no, you idiot. That was okay, but the rest of it is generic and just reeks of filler. There's literal fucking recap in this. What the flying fuck? There's recap here. Why? Like, Jesus, not like the show looks expensive. Oh my God, it was fucking awful. Just fucking terrible. So then, the thing we were all looking for, the thing we were excited about, the thing I said would get me back in is about to happen. We return to Asuna, where we see, I don't care if I'm spelling the name wrong, I don't care. Where we see that she is an adult, which means she's legal, so she is all right. I kind of wish she was still tan, but it's whatever. She's giving this speech to like kindergartners about how this recycling plant recycles clothes, and just hearing an actress who's just allowed to just kind of really live it up for this episode compared to everyone else who, even everyone just sounds like they're just here for the paycheck this week, is actually really entertaining. But yeah, so then naturally it's what you expect. A shirt that sort of looks like the shirt that is Yugioh gets turned into gloves, which go to their guardian or whatever. And then it turns out that the Flatwoods monster was able to get Yugioh. I don't know her fucking name, if they've even said it yet. So Flatwoods monster gets Yugioh, brings it to Yugioh. I do like the interaction between the two, where she's sort of joking about, here's a blanket. He's like, I'm not using my comrade as a blanket. That's actually really good. Like, that is a nice character interaction, showing that it's not just a perfunctory, like, villain and henchman relationship, that there is, like, actual, like, camaraderie between the two. There's personality there that gives you a little sense of what their relationship is like, as well as showing that her first instinct was like, burn this little motherfucker. Like, she gives it to him, and then we see more characterization from Yugioh. He's got Yugioh. He's got him. He can just like put him in his clutches and all this crazy shit. Like, he can do fucking anything to him right now. What does he do? He goes to Kappa, who also, like, the girl Kappa lives with, I think, was also shown at the vendor table, serving the food. That was also funny, where the dog just wanted food. It was like, I did it, shut up. That was actually kind of funny. But yeah, it's just sort of like, that was actually interesting how he knows what to do. He knows how to fix Yugioh. Again, playing to that idea, like, the older, wiser father figure knowing what to do in a situation. But then, like, instead of wanting to keep Yugioh or hold him hostage, sends him back. That's interesting. The idea that he could use now to lock Yugioh up, but no, he sends someone he is technically at odds with back to his friends. And I'm really interested to see what that's going to mean, considering the only really other interesting thing at the end of this episode was that Yugioh was like, no, he helped me. Why? Except here's the problem. I want to see this now. You wasted 22 fucking minutes of my time. Like, it's interesting, but how great would it be if, like, he gets Yugioh back to normal, and then, like, the next episode is just him and Yugioh? What if we got that now instead of what'll probably be 10 episodes from now and be rushed because it'll be the end of the arc? Like, why not do that? Why do I have to sit with Yugioh and just be with these, like, generic kids? Again, they're all right, but if this is how they're going to be used, it's just not worth it. Again, my time is being wasted. Also, I liked Yugioh coming up like Ultraman. That was kind of funny. But yeah, that's just where I'm kind of at right now. I really like this show when it's good, but I just hate the fucking spinning of the wheels. Vrains did this too, and it ruined it. I don't want this show to go down that route. But will it? In the comment section below, give me your thoughts on this episode, on the P.U.N.K deck. If you are interested in seeing a deck profile, let me know. Maybe we'll just do it for the fucking hell of it. But yeah, as for the TCG question of the week, let's just do it right now. Actually, no, the YCS. Exo Sister got their YCS win, which is funny because Splight and Tyr haven't. So what does this tell you, or what did you think of the event, or coverage, or lack thereof, or anything relating to that? And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week where hopefully things get interesting again.